Hey, welcome everybody. This is John Crable with My Small Business Blueprint. Again, I have Holly Garrison with Shop Stella Grace Boutique, right?
Yes.
Okay. So as you guys can see, it is a holiday season. We'll have Christmas coming up here in a couple weeks, and so that could mean office parties. It could mean school parties if you have kids, hanging out with family, hanging out with friends, all in between. But from a small business perspective, I think we really need to talk about the concept of flexibility, right? Because we're going to have all these stresses pulling us in different directions. And I think one of the main reasons why people get into small business or open a small business is this concept of having a more flexible work-life balance or something like that.
Yes.
So does that play itself out? Because you've been doing this almost a year now. How is the flexibility with Shop Stella Grace?
Oh my gosh, I definitely think I will have flexibility. Right now I still work 4 days a week. So I think once I get a transition out of my role in the corporate world, I think I will have more flexibility with setting my own schedule. And yeah, I definitely think there will be more flexibility to come.
I think that's definitely an important part to talk about, right? Because those other stresses in life, they're not going to go away, right? They're still going to be there, whether they're at 2 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock or anywhere in between. So how do you really manage that day to day, right? How do you go through your day and still have time to plan for marketing, plan for outfits, and work with different customers?
Oh my gosh, I spend a lot of nights awake working on my business. And on the weekends.
And I think that's an important part too, right? When you say the nights awake, it really could be that you have a great idea and you just have to get up and do something about it, right?
Yes.
And when you are an entrepreneur, when you're that small business owner, it stops with you, because if you're not the one doing it,
it's not going
to get done, right? So we talk about some of the stresses and maybe not having the flexibility that you ultimately desire right away, but it's also a fun process.
Oh my gosh, so fun.
So when you go through and you think about some of the good times with Stella and Grace so far, what do you reflect back on?
Oh my gosh, I love doing events. I love meeting new women, putting them in outfits that make them feel good, and just kind of restore their confidence. That is the best part of Stella and Grace.
I think you brought up an important part there too, right? So as we go our separate ways, I'm going to drive past a dozen stores where I could go and get a shirt, right? But it is more than that. I mean, there is emotional connection with why your customers come back.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, I get to know the customers and figure out what their needs are and try to meet those needs.
Yeah, and that should be the fun part. That's what you're really good at too. So as you go through your holiday season, going through Christmas, New Year's, everything, planning into the next year, just stop and think about this. Think about the fun, why you're doing this business, and really focus in on those times. And they will get you through the 2 a.m.s, the 3 a.m.s, the cry sessions, everything in between. So, well, Holly, I wanted to thank you for your time today. If people have more questions, they can go to, what's the website?
ShopStellaandGrace.com.
ShopStellaandGrace.com, and find you on Facebook as well.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time today, guys. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Thank you.